Let's welcome to a very wet West London. Their team's first against third in the Sky Bet Championship. Burnley aside, these are the two sides who've shown the most over the first 20 games of this season. Franchard seeing a lot of the ball early on. Here's Phillips. That's worked really well. That's no end product from Gary O'Neill. It's Franchard forcing the save from Schmeichel. Here's Austin. O'Neill getting Carroll, who helps it on to Charlie Austin. Schmeichel out well. O'Neill. It's away and off the line by Moore. Danger not away fully yet. Schmeichel's back in the nick of time to deny Matt Phillips.
Brilliant ball from Carroll, but Schmeichel doesn't go to ground. It's a really good stop, but intelligent defending from Moore to get back on his goal line.
Well, in reality, we probably will have, or certainly should have, about another 10 minutes left to play the first half. Here's Vardy, 1-0! Leicester spring to life, and Jamie Vardy's there to give them the lead at Loftus Road.
Just watch his movement here. Does well to stay onside, but he's on the half turn, and that gives him the chance to open up the goal for himself and head down. It's a thunderbolt of a strike, and Rob Green is past him.
Franchard, Austin's already set off, here he is, combining with Phillips. Matt Phillips, well, he took a touch too many and could only loft it over Schmeichel and the bar.
Cranchard once again sets things moving, but just look at the weight of this pass from Charlie Austin. You've just got to shoot first time. He thinks about it, Matty Phillips.
Nugent took it away from Knockaert. It's played through, lovely ball to Dyer. It really should have been two.
But a brilliant pass coming up from Dave Nugent. Good first touch from Dyer. You've got to hit the target. You score here, and it could be Leicester's day, but he pulls it badly wide of the target.
Nugent tried the back heel, but Dunn was well positioned. This is Matty James, took a deflection and rifled off the crossbar.
Certainly worth a pop, but give the ball away cheaply. Rangers. It's a thunderous strike. There's the touch from Dunn, and see Rob Green, he thinks he's beaten.
Taylor Fletcher and Joey Barton involved in that altercation. It'll lead to a yellow card for Barton by the look of things.
Well, during his career, Joey Barton has had to perfect the art of looking innocent, even when you've given away free kicks. And does he put an arm on Taylor Fletcher here? Well, he certainly does. It clearly raises that left arm into the face of Taylor Fletcher, the referee right to book him.
Well, and now he's been given another yellow card and a red. Joey Barton sent off as Queen's Park Rangers' afternoon lurches from bad to worse.
Well, if you remember in the first half, Bill, the referee actually called over Clint Hill. Just have a word about maybe what Joey Barton was saying to him, and that's possibly been in the referee's mind. So he's just been booked for a stray elbow, and then just a word out of the place. The referee said, well, I've warned you before, you're off.
Drinkwater's had a really strong afternoon. As I say that, he's given it to Benayoun, and Austin has space here to shape and shoot, but not to get the equalising goal. Moore's missed it, downs forward, it's Charlie Austin, out comes Schmeichel. Well, that was it. That was the chance for Queen's Park Rangers. And the final whistle confirms their first home defeat of the season in the Championship, and it confirms Leicester City's status as real challengers at the top. They move level on points with their host Queen's Park Rangers, courtesy of a Jamie Vardy first half goal. We kept expecting the Queen's Park Rangers comeback. It didn't really materialise. The two best chances in the second half actually falling to Leicester City, who couldn't increase their lead to the extent that they go top on goals scored ahead of Queen's Park Rangers, but they can reflect on a plan executed, Andy. Absolutely.
Daddy, well played. Just how crucial a win was that?
Oh, it's massive, especially for the title run. You know, it puts us from a bad run to winning the top of the league, so we'll take that massively.
Yeah, bearing in mind that recent dip that you've had, did you always believe that you could come here and beat QPR? They've not lost here so far this season.
I mean, they're a great team, you know, it wasn't easy. But I mean, we'll go into every game thinking we can win it. There's no point looking negative.
David, what was the key to your win today?
Just teamwork, really. You know, everyone worked hard for each other. People sacrificing themselves position-wise to do well for the team, and in the end we've won gone, but we deserved the 3 points.
Got to talk about the squirrel that held up the game for nearly 5 minutes in the first half. You had a go at chasing him off. He was persistent, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's got great movement, so you know, it's hard to get him off, but no, yeah, he went off, and the game played on him, we won the game, so everyone's happy.
Danny, where do you see the promotion race now?
I mean, it's still open. It's still a long way to go, but I mean, you know, we're definitely going to be fighting for it.
Well played, Danny Drinkwater is the Sky Bet man of the match. If you do the honours, please, David. Thank you.
Leicester welcomed Reading to the East Midlands, hoping for consecutive league wins for the first time in a month, while the Royals were desperate to avoid back-to-back league defeats. It was the Championship pace-setters who eased ahead when Anthony Knockart was fouled by his opposite number, Sean Cummings. David Nugent rolled in his 12th of the season. The Foxes have scored 10 of their 11 penalties they've been awarded this season. Reading were striving for their third away Championship success in a row, but weren't helped when a lack of power at the King Power Stadium halted their progress. With the emergency backup generator needed, like the lights, the host flickered back into life and were only denied a second by the upright after Knockart's free kick found its way to Nugent. In the second half, Nigel Pearson's Premier League wannabes continued to pose the more pertinent questions, but after rounding keeper Alex McCarthy, Jamie Vardy was unable to make it 2-0. The visitors wrestled control of the match and were thwarted by some alert work from keeper Kasper Schmeichel, who under scrutiny from Kasper's Gorks steered Royston Drence's free kick to safety. Some diligent defending from Richie DeLate also kept Nigel Atkins' men off the scoresheet after the 25-year-old dealt with Alex Pearce's header. The visitors have now lost 2 in a row and got a big hint it wasn't going to be their day when Pavel Pobrekniak's hopes of a 7th of the season were denied by an offside flag. Victory leaves Leicester 2 points clear at the summit. Reading are 1 point outside the playoffs.
Leicester City are to return to the Premier League after what will be 10 years absence. They'll need to avoid last season's run-in when they won 3 of their last 17 league games to miss out in the playoffs. Nigel Pearson's side faced Bolton in their last game of 2013, and they sparked early on. Nathan Dyer's run taking him to the byline. While Matt James missed the ball completely, Danny Drinkwater would fire in from the edge of the box. It's Drinkwater's first goal for 2.5 months. City in front 5 minutes into the game. Both these sides went into last season's final day needing a victory for the playoffs, and the visitors threatened to make this just as tight. Andre Moritz finishing the move with a toe poke, which he started in the first place. 1-1 on 15 minutes. And Bolton, who'd made 6 changes from the Boxing Day win at Barnsley, led just 5 minutes later. Former Fox Jermaine Beckford given far too much time in the box, and he scored his first in 5 and his 7th of the season. Leicester hit back at the start of a breathless final 8 minutes of the half. James coming away with it to feed Dyer. He'd see an awful lot of the ball in this game, and his pace was enough this time to find Anthony Knockart at the far post to finish in style. Dougie Friedman's side, though, would take the lead again just 2 minutes later. Reen feeding Moritz at the edge of the box, and was that 2 nutmegs in the same shot? Bolton now 3-2 up. But Leicester would be level by half-time after Mohamed Mido's poor touch led in Paul Konchevsky. It will be the former Liverpool fullback who would finish things off with a deflection off another ex-Leicester player, Matt Mills. 3-3 at the end of a quite fabulous first half. The Nigel Pearson's side pressed to take a lead for the first time in the game. Knockart's free kick on 65 minutes striking the upright. Liam Moore following up wide. But the breakthrough for one of the Championship's top home scorers appeared to come on 73 minutes. The nod down from Nugent to Jamie Vardy, resulting in the striker being brought down by Bolton goalkeeper Andy Lonergan. Penalty given. Well, Nugent had scored 8 from 9 penalties before his effort here. Lonergan equal to it with a decent save. But in front of over 26,000 at the King Power Stadium, Leicester would not be denied, and 2 minutes later Nathan Dyer's run and finish, light in the blue touch paper, to celebrate his 8th of the season in some considerable fashion. It was 5 just before the end. Andy King flicking on to another substitute, Gary Taylor-Fletcher. 5-3 Leicester, and they'll take a 4-point gap with them at the top of the Championship into 2014. With Millwall still without a manager and Leicester City still without a care, the fortunes couldn't have contrasted more starkly than those brought by both sides before their meeting at the Den. The weather at the new Den was on the hurricane side of gale force, but Richard Chaplow would get the first meaningful shot on goal for the home side, Kasper Schmeichel beating it away. But Leicester, who made 5 changes despite 3 successive wins, got that opening goal after Leicester won the ball in the Millwall half. Anthony Knockett benefiting and rifling home for his 6th of the season on 6 minutes. On not the best of surfaces, long shots on goal weren't a bad option. Chaplow again from distance, testing Schmeichel out in front of the 1,000 travelling fans behind him. And they had cause to be concerned when Millwall almost equalised before the interval. Martin Wolford linking up with Scott McDonald, but could Steve Morrison have done better? All of that work from the home side was undone 3 minutes after the break. Gary Taylor-Fletcher bursting down the left, and his strength was enough to slip the pass to David Nugent for his 13th goal of the season, 2-0 to the Foxes. Millwall's frustration was evident, and one fan decided to take it too far by getting on the sidelines and damaging the assistant's flag. A replacement quickly supplied, but there may be more to come over this. On the field, the home side were energised. Lee Martin's cross picking out McDonald, and while his shot was saved, Chaplow came in to burst the net and put the Championship leaders under pressure for the final few moments. But Leicester have a ruthlessness about them this season and made sure of the points 3 minutes into injury time. Knockett dispossessing Martin and teeing up the substitute Jeff Schlupp for the clinching goal. It's their first double over Millwall in nearly 70 years, and with maximum festive points in the bag, what price Leicester in the Premier League in 2014?